Hi guys, before the video starts, you got a short message from us. There are many poor countries where students and educators suffer for online education methods. So, we are helping them to download article topics, notes in PDF format, and presentation slides in PPTX format in 150 languages with 30 different categories of article topics on our website for free. You can download this video material as notes and slides by using the link in the description. Let's go. Welcome back to Information Base Center channel. In previous video, we learned about paints and today we are going to learn about Android. Android is a mobile operating system developed Google specifically for touchscreen mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets, built on a revamped version of the Linux kernel and other open source applications. The Android has been so popular among us as a result of business strategies and distribution of the best features and benefits for their users. Otherwise, the history and evolution of the Android operating system has the greatest advantages over competitors. First of all, Android's greatest popularity is being used by more mobile firms producing Android. Regional brands and new startup manufacturers have welcomed Android. A surge in the Chinese and Indian market's appetite for smartphones that has ensured that local businesses' use of Android has increased their global share of the smartphone market. Next, another fact of Android's growth is that there's a wider range of Android devices around the world. Android smartphones come in a range of form factors, have manufacturer-specific functionality, and are open to more interesting experiments. Since Android has an open-source license, manufacturers have the right to design the hardware they want. Android is more compliant with smartphones that have a much larger ecosystem of peripheral and portable devices. The larger community draws consumers who do not want to be trapped by those hardware labels. Then, since the Android it was first launched on HTC Mate T-Mobile in 2008, the history and evolution of Android has greatly begun. Android was founded in 2003 by Andy Rubin, who began creating an OS for digital cameras. He quickly found that the demand for digital camera operating systems might not have been all that large, and Android Inc. turned its focus to smartphones. Android 1.0 was much less developed in 2008 than the operating system we know and enjoy today, but there are also a few comparisons when everyone acknowledged that Android was pretty much nailed on how to work with alerts, and it featured a pull-down notification window that blew the iOS notification system out of the water in the Google Play Store, which at the time was called the Market. In 2009, Android 1.5 Cupcake played a major role with Android's first edition, which has an on-screen keyboard to range from physical keyboards and SDK to creating third-party widgets. Android 1.6 Donut on 2009 has given users with a pretty significant upgrade, which is even larger than the improvement in the version 0.1. Android 2.0 Eclair 2009 was the first computer with a Google Map searching, for example, and then kicked off the GPS machine dead. The first version of Android supported mobile hotspot was Android 2.2 in 2020. Users eventually got a pin lock screen, ideal for those who did not like Android's pattern lock screen. The Android 2.3 Gingerbread 2010 has been updated with an improved keys coloring scheme and enhanced multi-touch support that allows users to press several keys in order to get to a secondary keyboard. Android 3.0 Honeycomb 2011 gave some architecture hints as to what could be in the new Android models. Google, for example, has turned blue accents rather than accentuating the operating system with the classic green Android hue. Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich 2011 brought the above-mentioned interactive buttons and its streamlined interface to the blue highlights. This interface is often refined and modified. The upgrade also contained additional minor features, such as face locking, data use measurement and new email and schedule applications. Android 4.1 Jelly Bean 2012 has done a lot of stuttering in Android by eliminating project changes and making things overall much cleaner. Jelly Bean added a refreshed font, expandable reminders, more versatility of widgets, and other features to make it one of the most popular Android updates at that time. Android 4.4 KitKat 2013 added things like the search command OK Google, which allowed users to Google Now at all times. It also brought a new telephone dialer, full-screen applications and a new Hangouts app, which included SMS and Hangouts messaging network support. Android 5.0 Lollipop 2014 meant that the computing power used in the application was delivered prior to the opening of these applications. In addition, customers have seen many enhancements in alerts, raw image support and several other changes. In 2015, for example, Android 6.0 Marshmallow modified white background rather than black and introduced a search bar to easily help users recognize their app, enabled fingerprint sensors, and rather than applications demanding all permissions early in the process of installing, permissions were set when required. Android 7.0 Nougat 2016, an updated method of notifications which changed the look and feel of the messages inside the OS. In 2017, Android 8.0 Oreo updates users were able to toggle on and off the notification sources, so alerts were super granular. Android 9.0 Pie 2018, the 3-button configuration that occurred in Android for a period of years and is replaced by a single pill-shaped button. Android 10 2019, new edition of Android, as opposed to the previous version, no longer has a back button. Android 10 and other navigation keys have been replaced by motions of navigation. In 2020, the Smart Home Access toggles in the System Control Center are one of Android 11's prominent features. These clicks monitor your compatible smart home devices and regulate audio and media output without any problems from our smartphone or tablet. Next, Android's business strategies and distribution are present in a variety of product categories, customizing a variety of electronic and digital products around the world, which makes their products more attractive for manufacturers and end users. Android and its user-friendly app have created revolutionary systems so that everything can be shared safely and comfortably on a third-party network. Android is an existing parent company that is one part of Google Inc., a technology giant which supports Android and increases its offerings by linking it with other products such as Google Maps, Google Play, Drive, email, etc. Android pursues a business approach that helps many developers and programmers to build applications and update code in Android code. Google charges an app listing via the operating system, and considering that Android has a so broad user base on the smartphone network, it has until now been able to use Android on mobile phones and pay Google regular apps manufacturers of new mobile devices. Then the Android biggest advantages over the competitor, the Apple iPhones, was its price and reliability, which indicates that Android phones are much cheaper than iPhones around the board. Android smartphones offer far better hardware and functionality than iPhone for less cost than iPhones. Apart from that, the Android phones developed by several different firms have always been revolutionary. Nearly any time a big firm launches a new Android phone, there are new creative features. Smart devices that run Android still tend to have an impact on the competition, from fingerprint scanners to modular phones. Android's multitasking service enables consumers to get a multitask handset, as well as 2 new iterations of the Android operating system of Google, Android 7 Nougat and Android 8 Oreo. You can find the universal loaders on Android, the standard loader on many Android devices with either micro USB or USB-C chargers. In conclusion, Android is the best smartphone available worldwide at amazing prices. Thanks to Android operating system phones that score millions of hearts to use modern technology around the world that can't afford an attempt to purchase an expensive iPhone for their whole life. Help us to subscribe, like, and share the videos with students and educators. In short, this is a non-profit organization, otherwise we are surviving with AdSense. Thank you for supporting us. See you in the next video with an interesting topic. Goodbye.